Hello. Back at Genshin, and now that I have a controller, I'm trying to test out how to play the game with that, because this definitely feels easier than the keyboard. Alright. Camera, moving, running, sword. Okay. Anyway, they've got the welcome home party here today, and I've already played the bird games. That was fun. I'm thinking, because this is like the last day for the, oh, that's the wrong thing. This is the last day for the event. So, I'm really just gonna focus on playing some of the mini games because they seem fun. Which, how do you do this first? Is this the right spot? Feels like it should be. Maybe. There we go. Okay, it is over here. Jump. Okay. No, don't attack. Oh, that's the right button. Okay, that looks.
Hello
that does
there,
not look like
honorary
X on my
knight
controller.
in the Helper in White.
It's so nice to meet you, Honorary Knight and Lady Paimon. Glenfidia, at your service.
Looks like you're in a good mood, Hertha. And nice to meet you, Glenfidia. By the looks of things, you're about ready to open?
Indeed. Thanks to some help from the Angel's Share and the Cat's Tail, our drink stand is ready to go. Besides all the classics, we also mix cocktails to order, and are currently offering a limited time delivery service.
Cocktails? Do you remember that time we served as bartenders at the Angel Share? And recently you've also shown off your skills at the flagship in Nocry. We sure have come a long way, huh?
Paimon, I've done neither of those things. Let's play along with it. Wow, that really was a long time ago.
The only thing is, our current drink selection is quite traditional, and it stopped feeling fresh long before the expedition began. To offer everyone some more exciting choices, we're planning to revamp our menu. But I need to get back to handling resident requests, and Glenfidia doesn't have much experience mixing drinks. Plus, we've got a whole bunch of outstanding delivery orders on hand. Honorary Knight, if you're free, could you maybe help us out for a while, just until my other squad gets back from the Stormbearer Mountains?
You'll be amply compensated, of course, plus double pay for overtime, depending on your performance metrics.
I'm no rookie when it comes to mixing cocktails, that's for sure.
Paimon's not sure what performance metrics are, but she's happy to help with deliveries. As the best guide into that, Paimon needs to keep up with the changing times. Besides, this'll give her the chance to explore the city and stay up to date with all the recent goings-on.
Working with you two is always such a breeze.
I'll do my best to support Lady Paimon in any way I can. I'm very skilled when it comes to things like portioning out drinks.
All right. Well, if you're ready to, then let's get to work.
Okay, we gotta do a bit of detective work with it. Let's try. That's not X.
Oh my. It looks like Hertha has gone back to her duties, and Glenfidia is away somewhere too. Has our dear cutie taken complete charge of the drink stand?
Honorary Mixologist at your service.
Wonderful. Now I can order without worrying about ending up with one of the logistics company's specials. The type of drink that keeps you awake all night, leaving you no choice but to pass the time working.
Working through the night. Shouldn't that be a thing of the past?
That's right. I'm just a carefree librarian now. If only there weren't so many people with overdue books, and I didn't have to go door to door to get them back. I would have dropped by to chat with you sooner, and try out your delightful creations, of course.
Any particular flavor you're after?
Let me think. I don't really have a favorite drink. Just wrestle me up something rejuvenating that'll lift my spirits. And if it could help me nod off to sleep later, that would be even better.
A drink stand has a collection of classic recipes. Let's start by choosing one of those. Since Lisa wants to feel rejuvenated, Snow-Kissed Dawn seems like a good choice. Milk, smetana, and cocoa. There we go. Okay. Confirm. Okay, what am I doing wrong? There we go. Yay. Oh, look at her go. Here we go. Nope, there. Aw, that's pretty. Snow-Kissed Dawn. Legend has it that this drink is a masterpiece crafted by a painter and a bartender together, inspired by dragon spine at dawn. With a dollop of satana and an energizing kick from cocoa, it restores the drinker's vitality almost instantly.
Here's a Snow-Kissed Dawn. I hope you like it.
It's delicious, cutie. Pleasantly tart, sweet, but not cloying, smooth on the palate, with a refreshing aftertaste. If anything, though, I seem to be feeling a little more energetic than I'd like. Perhaps you've unwittingly unraveled Glenfiddia's secret and concocted an even more effective pick-me-up?
Should I tinker with the ingredients?
Don't worry, there's no rush. Your eyes are aglow with curiosity, as though you have many more questions to ask.
Nah, girl, that's just the sunlight in my eyes.
Let's chat for a while. Take your time. Inspiration will come soon enough.
Which books have you collected today?
Since you're asking, it's been a bit of an unusual day. There's a chef, fresh out of training in Fontaine, who's recently taken up a position at the Goth Grand Hotel. She borrowed our most valuable book, the Mondstadt Millennial Compendium of Desserts. Apparently, she plans to use dessert-making techniques to improve the taste of various savory dishes. Something about reducing their greasiness.
Sweet meat dishes?
Indeed. And judging by the results, she rather overdid it with the caramel sauce. What should have been fragrant meat slices ended up tasting nauseatingly sweet. Caramel sauce is such a fantastic ingredient, you know? It never fails to please when added to drinks. Sometimes I even add a spoonful to my afternoon tea. Improving food, I suppose, isn't always about being as creative as possible.
Lisa managed to track down the Mondstadt Millennial Compendium of Desserts earlier, and she seems particularly fond of caramel sauce. Perhaps I could try substituting some of that for the tangier smetana? So, what kind of ingredients have you been into lately?
Lately? So careful with your wording, cutie. Is that because you think that I, too, might have changed since we last met? Or simply because you can't remember?
Well, you're so well-traveled and well-read.
Not bad at all. A flawless answer. Back in my student days, I might have been drawn to every new and exciting ingredient I read about, constantly expanding my horizons and stepping out of my comfort zone. But now, I've grown accustomed to a life of comfort and routine. To paraphrase a certain Leo-Ed legal expert, my life is fast approaching a state of living out one's golden years in peace and comfort. I'm no longer so easily moved by adventure and excitement. I'm sure you remember, a few years ago, when we were adventuring together, you found me that sweet-tasting alchemical ingredient. Well, my tastes haven't changed a bit since then.
Lisa was joking about her life of comfort and routine. She also mentioned that the alchemical ingredient I found for her a few years back. If I remember correctly, that ingredient was valberries. Another good choice for a drink. Let's swap the small lampgrass for valberries. And since I've switched up the garnish, why not change the cup too? That way it'll appear more novel. By the way, is that a notebook you brought with you?
Oh, this? That was for another of today's little errands. A large contingent of the expedition team will be returning to Mondstadt soon. They've been away for such a long time, so there's a good chance many of their tastes have changed. Jean asked me to visit some of their families to try and get a better understanding of what new ingredients might satisfy our knights' changing preferences.
Such detailed planning.
Well, they've all devoted their blood, sweat, and time to protecting Mondstadt. They deserve some care and respect in return. Based on what I gathered, the most requested ingredient was cacahuatl from Natlan. It seems like our knights have developed a taste for cocoa. In their letters, many of them mention that they rely on cocoa to keep themselves energized. I've tried hot cocoa myself, and I must say, I find it just as effective as coffee when it comes to staying alert.
Lisa looked into the expedition members' preferred ingredients, and it seems like cacahuatl came up quite a lot. Come to think of it, Snow-Kissed Dawn uses cocoa too. But cocoa can be quite a potent stimulant, so it's probably best to leave it out. Been anywhere outside the city lately?
Surely you're not suggesting I'd take this opportunity to sneak off on a little countryside wander. You caught me. My investigations into Mondstadt's lesser-known drinks took me to Dawn Winery, where I had a little chat with the head housemaid, Adelind. On my way back, I ran into Emmetall out on patrol. She'd encountered some monsters she didn't know how to deal with, and in her desperation, asked for my help. I accompanied her on a detour to Wolvendom to teach some raving hounds a lesson. It's been a while since I've had such an invigorating workout.
Lisa paid a visit to the Dawn Winery, passing through Wolvendom. Perhaps I could throw in a touch of local flavor? Looking at these ingredients, I have small lampgrass and wolfhook that are both native to Wolvendom. Which one would make for a better drink? I'm gonna say the wolfhook, because people already make drinks out of it. Sorry, I keep mixing up the buttons. Small lampgrass is more of a garnish, so let's replace that with valberries. Then I just need to figure out how to incorporate the wolf hooks. They have a bright, tangy profile that should help balance out the sweetness of the caramel sauce. Okay, start mixing. Alright, I think I know what fits the bill. Let me rustle you up a new, improved version.
As expected, cutie, Your brilliant mind has grown even sharper. Just a few gentle hints were all you needed to light that special spark of inspiration.
Do not add cocoa. Okay, milk, caramel, wolf hooks. Cut the ingredients into pieces of any size. We did large last time. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Shake gently. Large or small goblet. Let's try that one. Valberry garnish. Oh, that's pretty. Slumbering Rose. Based on A Snow-Kissed Dawn, this novel cocktail was concocted specially for Lisa. After a long day, the librarian needs to recharge without risking sleeplessness. To make this drink, you skipped any stimulating ingredients and found a delicate balance between the sweetness of caramel and a gentle tang. The goal was peaceful, restful sleep, so why not call it a slumbering rose?
Finished. A new creation, custom made for you. This should help you fall asleep quickly and guarantee you peaceful dreams. It's called a slumbering rose.
From the colors to the choice of glass, everything's been carefully crafted. You've turned it into a completely different drink. Based purely on appearance, it's exactly my style. Time to see how it tastes. Full marks. It's like savoring an exquisite dessert before taking a stroll along the shore of Cider Lake, with a gentle breeze caressing your skin, relaxed and at ease. I no longer feel drained of energy, but neither am I overstimulated.
Yay!
I'm actually starting to feel a little sleepy. As a bedtime drink, this is pure perfection. So good, in fact, that I feel like writing an article to extol the virtues of this slumbering rose. I can use it as an opportunity to crown you the new maestro of mixology.
Your satisfaction is all the praise I need.
Speaking of lakeside strolls, why don't you join me next time there's a clear, warm day, when the sun is bright but not too harsh?
Oh, that'd be
Any
fun.
walk would be more relaxing with you to talk to along the way, cutie. Then, when we get back, you could fix me up another glass of slumbering rose.
You just want me for the drinks. That sounds lovely.
And I'll make just as sure to hold you to that. When the time comes, I won't accept any excuses.
Yay. One down. Yay! Okay, who are the rest? Oh, there's a lot. Okay. At least one more. I knew Emily was in this one, so she's the one I'm looking forward to the most. I'm not sure who else gets a drink. Probably Kaya. Unless Kaya's only handling the mini games this time around.
Good afternoon, traveler.
Emily!
I didn't expect the honor of witnessing your harmonizing talents here in Mondstadt.
Here on vacation?
Both, actually. A lady calling herself a mage asked me to come manage her flower shop. At about the same time, the Cat's Tail commissioned me to create a new fragrance for their establishment. Ending today's busy schedule with a drink crafted by you in person is truly a wonderful reward.
Then I'll make sure to pull out all the stops.
I have faith in your choice.
Emily is more sensitive to aromas than most people. If I create an unbalanced blend of scents, it might make her uncomfortable. In any case, I should use ingredients for complementary scents, And try to add a dash of Fontanian flavor, too. Let's start with a Mondstadt take on a Lumidos Twilight. Tea, fermented juice, and mint. Oh, there. Cut them into small pieces. Ah. There we go. Shake gently. Classic tall glass. I can't read. Okay. There we go. Mulberry garnish. Aw, pretty. Looks like it's got a lemon floating in it. A refined cocktail from Fontaine that has been described by drinkers as capturing the warm glow of sunset over Lumidos Harbor. Rumor has it that you can still order this gem from the hidden menu at the Rusty Rudder, though it's rare for the bartender to recreate its original flavor perfectly.
Care to give this a try, Miss Emily?
Your artistry is truly a pleasure to watch.
Thank you.
This tastes like a local variant of a Lumidos Twilight. Am I right?
Now I know how to pronounce that. You're spot on.
The gentle and elegant taste, with its distinct layers combined with a hint of Mondstadt's characteristic scent, offers quite a welcoming flavor, all the while avoiding potentially discordant aromas. Though in reality, there's no need for you to be so conservative. I have quite a high tolerance for flavors that stray outside the boundaries of conventional wisdom.
Guess you're looking for something more avant-garde?
Your drink was nice, but it would be perfect if you could make one with a little more depth. A cocktail that shows off your unique understanding and enhances my impression of Mondstadt. If you need time to mull things over, perhaps you might find inspiration in a little light conversation?
Okie dokie. How's everything been with your perfumery lately?
Oh, thank you for asking. It's been going well, though this trip to Mondstadt has presented some unexpected challenges. When I first got here, I was relying on a copy of An Overview of Aromatic Substances and the Human Senses to identify promising local ingredients from the Mondstadt region. To my surprise, my trial fragrance, which used Valberry as the primary note, proved far too sweet in the context of the tavern, relaxing people so much that they ended up feeling drowsy. The bartender with the beautiful ears, for instance, fell asleep right at the bar.
I never knew Valberries could have that effect.
Let's just say that sweetness isn't always a case of the more the merrier. Maintaining an appropriate balance is beneficial for both body and mind. Even in daily life, I rarely eat sweet food, and I try to avoid fruits like berries that have a high sugar content. In the end, I completely eliminated Valberry as an ingredient and turned instead to Windwheel Aster, with some success, I might add.
Did you buy these flowers just now?
They're part of my reward from the flower shop owner. Important ingredients for making perfumes. Thanks to these, I was able to complete my commission for the cat's tail. I studied Mondstadt's Cecilia flowers many years ago. In fact, the fragrance of Cecilia in certain fields has become synonymous with Mondstadt itself. However, this is a special case. Some cats are quite averse to the scent of Cecilia, and we need to be particularly mindful of their preferences.
Is it because they look like lilies, and lilies are poisonous for cats? Which flower did you use instead?
Windwheel Aster. The various parts of the windwheel aster plant can be ground into a powder to extract their essences. I then blended the scents from its petals and leaves. The result carries the intoxicating sweetness of mead, while still emphasizing the fresh notes contained within the flowers, stems, and leaves. I just took it for a little trial run at the cat's tail, and the cats seemed to really like it, while the clients themselves found it comforting and invigorating. Extracting exquisite fragrances from ordinary overlooked ingredients, oh, that's what truly brings me joy.
The weather's nice today. This is what it feels like to start a conversation with a classic icebreaker.
It really is. A while earlier, I watched a whole run of fair weather clouds float by, fluffy as pillows. It's not overly humid either, and the wind is gentle too. In such conditions, one's sense of smell is heightened, but not to an excessive degree. When scents are blended well, they naturally combine with the ambient context, leaving particularly powerful impressions.
I never realized scents were so affected by the weather.
It seems something similar is true for mixology. As long as you choose a base of appropriate strength, the various flavors will blend seamlessly together. When mixed properly, all the ingredients work as one to create a most wonderful symphony for your taste buds.
I see. So the combination of flavors is key.
Yes, that's it. Now I think about it, layering distinct flavors doesn't really suit my personal preferences.
What do you usually drink?
Usually, after work, my friends from the Maison Gardiennage sometimes treat me to a few drinks. I usually stick to fruit tea. That way I can get straight back to work after our gatherings. If it's before a holiday and my friends are in high spirits, I sometimes order a small glass of sparkling fruit wine. There was an officer named Terena who used to treat me to aged Corte wine. But since she was transferred to the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, we haven't had the chance.
I was worried it might overstimulate your senses.
In the world of science, high-proof alcohol is a widely used solvent. I've grown well accustomed to the smell of it by now. Besides, when I'm slightly tipsy, my state of mind changes, which in turn alters my approach to perfumes. It doesn't matter if the result is good or bad, it's all about trying something new. So I don't mind drinks with just a little bit of alcohol, but I don't like anything too strong.
Emily created a new fragrance using windwheel aster, and apparently it was quite successful. But what's the best way to incorporate the scent of windwheel aster? We went from talking about the weather to the best way to blend to the best way to blend scents. Emily prefers single, seamlessly integrated scents, rather than those with distinct layers. In which case, I'll need to blend each ingredient together thoroughly in her drink. I should shake it a lot harder to make sure the flavors don't separate. Emily enjoys fruit tea, but she also occasionally drinks alcohol to get a little bit tipsy and spark her inspiration. So I guess I can add a dash of light wine to the base, perhaps something fruity? The sweetness of valberries has added a few complications to Emily's work. Emily believes that too much sweetness may not be a good thing for the human body. Valberries are also used in Lumidu's Twilight. Perhaps I'd better swap them for something else. Associate, that's the brown button. Okay, the top one is Y. This side one is B. Incorporate the asters. Okay. Here we go. Windwheel asters seem like a good choice. To make sure everything blends into one, I could try finely chopping the petals and spreading them across the top. Okay, start mixing. I think I know how to improve your drink. Please bear with me a second while I update the recipe.
Just from our brief chat, you've already formulated a new concoction. Perhaps you possess a natural talent for this kind of creative work.
Okay. Tea, fruit wine, juice, and petals. Little bit of fruit wine, little bit of fermented juice, and chopped petals. Next. Into pieces of any size. Let's go little. Properly or vigorously? Let's go all the way. Double-walled glass, small. Oh, that one looks cute. Ooh. Any garnish except valberries. I like the little star. Let's go with that. Luminous Twilight Special Blend. Based on a Luminous Twilight, this novel cocktail was concocted specifically for Emily. The perfumer from Fontaine told you that excessive sweetness makes people drowsy, and she prefers to enjoy just a light touch of tipsiness. Clearly, knocking a guest out at the bar isn't a bartender's main goal. On days of gentle wind and clear skies, heightened senses can amplify the flavor of a perfectly harmonious drink. Inspired by the art of fragrance, you develop this subtle, elegant masterpiece.
Here you go. A new and improved Emily-inspired Lumideuse Twilight. I haven't come up with a name for it yet.
The colors are cooler and more refreshing, and the fragrance is delightfully subtle to match.
Looks like the beach.
Are these bright specks on the surface the crushed petals and leaves of windwheel asters?
It's the floral symbol of Mondstadt.
I'm sure it must taste wonderful. Let me try. In the language of flowers, the windwheel aster represents the visible winds. Your cocktail not only captures their form, but also the fragrance they carry. Therefore, I suggest you call this drink Windborne Bouquet.
Aww.
The winds and clouds of Mondstadt swirl together in the glass, leaving behind enchanting traces of fragrance.
A perfect name from the master of perfume.
Really? Oh, perhaps it's just a habit of my profession. I'm glad you like it. Now it's time to slowly savor this masterpiece.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much. This trip to Mondstadt has been so rewarding. This is the most memorable cocktail I've ever had. Once I get back to Fontaine, I will attempt to recreate this moment as both a fragrance and a perfume.
I'm honored.
Once I've perfected the recipes, I hope you'll do me the honor of being the first customer to experience these new products. Until then, I look forward to seeing you in the court of Fontaine.
Bye-bye. Oh, that was fun. I don't know much about alcohol, but I do like seeing all the different flavors people can mix in the drinks. I think that's all I want to do for right now. Let's figure out how do I get back to the menu? There we go. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Honestly, all this talk about drinks has made me thirsty, so I'm gonna go get some water. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Bye.